Plant kingdom include the organisms which are containing chloroplast and they are photosynthetic, which means autotrophic in nature. Understanding of plant kingdom by scientists and all of us has been changed over the period of time. To take few examples, in earlier systems of classification, fungi, members of Monera and Protista, since they have cell wall, they were placed under plant kingdom, but they are now excluded as separate kingdoms. Similarly, cyanobacteria, also called blue-green algae, they are no more algae now, they are belonging to kingdom Monera. After these many changes, plant kingdom itself has divided into 5 divisions: algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Now let us take the classification systems which are given for angiosperms, which are the largest group of plants, also called flowering plants. First one, artificial system of classification proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. Criteria used were gross superficial morphological characters like habit, color, number and shape of leaves. This system is mainly based on vegetative characters and also it gives importance to androecium structure, which was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Artificial system of classification has its own drawbacks. Since it mainly considers morphological characters, it has separated the closely related species. And it gave equal importance to vegetative characters and sexual characters, and it is not acceptable because vegetative characters tend to change with the change in environment. For example, plant growing in a temperate region may have different leaf. The same plant, if it grow in polar region, it will have different type of leaves. So we cannot consider vegetative characters for classification because they tend to change. Hence, there was proposal of natural system of classification by Joseph Dalton Hooker. Criteria used were natural affinities among the organisms. How one organism interact with other organism and also with its environment. It considered both external and as well internal characters like ultrastructure, anatomy, embryology and phytochemistry. The third system classification was phylogenetic system of classification. It mainly based on the evolutionary relationship among the organisms. Here, this system of classification is used at present and it is also more acceptable. Criteria used were evolutionary relationship between the organisms, and it assumes that organisms belonging to same taxa, for example, belonging to same species, will have a common ancestors. So that is the criteria used by phylogenetic system of classification. Main evidence used in this system of classification are the fossils. If fossils are not available, enough fossils are not available for the classification, then we can take the information from other resources to resolve the difficulties in classification. They include numerical taxonomy carried out using computers because it considers hundreds of the vegetative characters which are present in the plant. So using computers, number and codes will be assigned to the characters. Then the data will be processed using software. So now many softwares are available to conduct numerical taxonomy. And second one, cytotaxonomy. It uses cytological informations like chromosome number, structure and its behavior in the cell. Last one, chemotaxonomy, which is carried out by studying the chemicals which are present in plant. Different plants will have different chemicals, so that will help us to classify the plants easily. Among 5 divisions of plant kingdom, let us first study the lower plant, that is algae. Algae are chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid. Thalloid means the plant body is not differentiated as root, stem and leaves, and they are largely aquatic, both marine as well as freshwater. They also found in variety of other habitats like moist stones, soils and woods. They also find in association with fungi to form lichens. They also found on some animals like sloth bear. Algae show great variation in the body form and size. They may be colonial forms, example volvox. Filamentous forms, example Spirogyra and Eulothrix. Some of them are massive plant bodies which are represented by kelps belonging to red algae, which may grow up to the length of 100 feet. So this is the variable size and forms of algae. Coming to reproduction in algae, they reproduce by 3 methods: vegetatively, asexually and as well sexually. Vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation, where the cut portion of the fragment, if it is a plant body of algae, if they cut into 2 parts, the 2 fragments will grow into a new thallus. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores formation. Zoospores are the motile spores which are produced at the end or at the lateral position. Later we will discuss that. And zoospores will, upon germination, gives rise to new plant body. Sexual reproduction takes place by formation and fusion of gametes, and gametes may be formed within the organs. The sexual reproduction itself is three types: isogamous, in which the two fusing gametes, male and female gametes, will be of similar size. They may be flagellated, which means the male and female gamete may have a flagella, but they are similar in size. Example, Eulothrix. And these two fusing gametes, similar in size, they may not have flagella, as in case of Spirogyra. Anisogamous, it's a condition where the fusion of two gametes which are of dissimilar size. So in previous isogamous, both the gametes will be similar in size, but here the gametes will be dissimilar in size. So here example is Eudorina. The last one, very important, oogamous, because it is seen in all other higher organisms as well, in animals as well. So it is a fusion between large non-motile female gamete with small motile male gamete. It is seen in case of volvox and fucus. So here that's all about the introductory part and reproduction of algae. In next class, let us discuss in detail economic importance and three classes of algae.